As is my custom, I have come among you again to share the delightful prophecies and dark prognostications of the preborn, the only true and venerable spiritual guides who can be trusted, spiritualists who claim that your departed relatives care at all about you, have merely fed you a pack of untruths. Only the preborn, living in unlimited potentiality and glorious innocence, floating about us in the etheric goo that surrounds and envelops us all. Only the preborn know all, for they are connected to time itself and can tell us of today and tomorrow and the day after that. Those who come to consult with me in my hypoallergenic chambers often ask, Sargasso, can you tell us what the preborn are really like? They are infinitely wise, supremely benevolent, and really, really, really cute. In the YouTube of your mind, picture a limitless wicker basket filled with baby pandas rolling and cavorting about, their eyes barely open, their little paws still soft, kneading at the air, licking one another indiscriminately. Up the side of the basket creeps a tiny kitten witten, up to the top, to the very brim, up. Surprised by the sight of so many potential friends, she tumbles inward. Oh, happy joy, frolicking about with all of the baby pandas. The preborn are much cuter than this. But I have not come here tonight to testify to their adorableness. As they suckle at the cosmic teat, the preborn drink the milk of foreknowledge, which, as is the wont of infants, they regurgitate, and which rains down as wisdom upon Sargasso. And I am a worthy recipient of their spit, for I am a friend of truth, an enemy of falsehood, and ambivalent about half-truths, which I find kind of titillatingly in between. But let us put aside these cognitive temptations. I'm here to share with you their knowledge of your destinies. For some of you give off pheromonic utterances unbeknownst to yourselves, which cause the preborn to cluster around you and whisper of your destinies. You, madam, your name is Cecilia, is it not? No, the preborn told me that you would say so. You are the victim of identification thievery on a grand scale, performed by galvanic hypnosis, almost certainly under the guise of an ordinary orthodontic appointment. A cable of blackguards and rogues, madam, have sundered you from your friends at Blenheim Manor. Flee the city at once, disguised as an itinerant tinsmith. Let the birds and voles of the meadows and fields be your guide. When you have been returned to your inheritance, I will come to you and share with you the secrets of this dreadful occurrence. You, sir, the easy-go-lightly set of your shoulders suggests to me that you are no stranger to amorous intrigue, and are doubtless bent upon tonight's new conquest, which you long to record in your saucy journal, to be shared with your chums at the club over a rakish giggle and a glass of absinthe. Let me convey the warning of the preborn to you. For though it is true that very soon you may be vouchsafed the sight of that personal tattoo you have long craved to glimpse, it is not a tattoo at all. For only humans have tattoos. Take warning. Though my utterances may come to you as unpleasant as the tablespoonful of cod liver oil delivered to your bedside by a trembling nanny. I cling to the truth as a drowning man clings to a buoy tossed on a deceptive sea. But sadly I must wave the red flag of alarm, for a veritable typhoon of misinformation approaches our fair city. All across its environs, so-called newsagents and candy store proprietors are placing upon aluminum racks the conveyances of dire untruths and fabulistic misinformation conveyed through the diabolical art of four-color pen and ink. These sloppy journals, as they are known to the professionals, contain what can only be described as shameful narratives meant to misplace in our minds the real goings-on of our civic leaders with the antics of a tarantula man and four fantastic friends. These false friends, as I call them, seem to suggest that they will save us with their stretching powers and their hopping about, but no such thing will happen. The preborn urge you to turn away from their antics. I myself have been the victim of their pictured calumnies for using their arts. Their master manipulator, Stansfield Lee, has portrayed me as one Dr. Strange, a cape-wearing purveyor of the worst kind of spiritual quackery. I have owned no cape, nor shall I. But where in the midst of all this flim-flammery can we turn for true spiritual surcease, you ask? The preborn tell us to turn our eyes to the west, to the very shores of our own blessed and sanctified harbor, where a glorious azure and saffron temple has been risen by the members of the most enlightened culture that mankind has ever known. Living under the cold stars of their native Sweden, the glorious sons of Wotan, breathing in the pure air of the pines, and following the footsteps of their forefathers, crafting inexpensive furniture, have raised a temple of meditation on the banks of the Gowanus Canal. Inside, a pathway to enlightenment, dotted with tiny shrines, each dedicated to their mysterious deities, invites us. Walk in, bathe yourself in the soothing lingonberry syrup, hurl your body into the ballroom, ignore the children. Make a pilgrimage through their mysterious shrines. Repeat the mantra, Malmo, Vesta, Hogbo, Lack. Your souls will find ease. I'm Sargasso! Follow me on Twitter! Good night!